Project. I'm your host, Lando Payne, and we are so glad you be joining us on this fine Sunday afternoon as we give you all the fantastic movie news and reviews that have happened over the past week in the world of entertainment, all the comic book geeky, nerdy stuff that we all love, and as always, I am joined by these ragtag group of misfits here. I have the big dog BC over there on the right. What's good, big homie? We got the Dallas game tonight.
Lila, will you please let the enemy know that I will not be speaking to him today?
That's fair.
He wants you to know he is not going to be speaking to you today.
Because the boys are about to end that streak.
Is that what's happening today? Is that what's happening?
I don't know, Lila. See, here's the thing, Lila. I don't know if he understands this. All right? But we have a tradition over in Cowboys Nation that, we like to destroy people. And like Zeke says, we be eating.
Okay. All right. And Lila, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Put my makeup on for this. Get my camera angle nice this time.
Well, you look darling. You look darling.
Thank
I love
you.
it. I love it. And we are so glad that you could be joining us as we do this, as BC is still staring into the camera. So savagely, so menacingly. He just doesn't understand that the Eagles going to give that ass whooping to the Cowboys tonight. It's going to be a good game.
Lila.
Yeah.
Lila, please let the enemy know that I didn't know that he had jokes. I got a lot of comedic friends, but that one took the cake right there.
Did you hear that?
Because we eating.
He said you don't have jokes.
Okay. Well, the joke is Dak Prescott's career record against the Eagles. Anyway, moving on.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Cooper Rush time, right? Cooper Rush time. Well, guys, this was a good week for comic book news. Shifting gears from the sports a little bit. I hope you guys got your fantasy teams updated. It is 12 o'clock. Get those in real quick. I got mine in before the show.
We them boys.
Well, guys, there was quite a bit that happened this past week. And I want to shift it over to BC because BC, you I think are the last one on this channel here. Oh, actually, before we shift to that, I want to give a little shout out real quick. Not shout out, but there were some people that passed away this week. I wanted to kind of bring up. Earlier in the week, we got some news that my father, he's a really big Beauty and the Beast fan. That was his favorite Disney movie. My dad's a Marine. He likes to plant flowers and he likes Beauty and the Beast. Right? The weirdest guy in the world, but he loves Beauty and the Beast. And earlier in this week, we found out that Miss Angela Lansbury, Mrs. Potts, the OG Mrs. Potts, and also from the Manchurian Candidate, she did pass away at the very, very young age of 96. She passed away. I just want to kind of throw that out there. From Murder, She Wrote, Manchurian Candidate, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Mary Poppins Returns, I believe she was in that one, right? I think she was in the second Mary Poppins. But, yes, she did pass away this week. BC, I know we were talking about it before the show started. Miss Angela Lansbury, 96 years old.
Murder, She Wrote, man. There was nothing better than being sick from school when I was a little kid and staying home watching Murder, She Wrote, man. That lady, man, she killed. She got all the victims. Like, she figured everything out you needed. No matter what, boom. Sherlock Holmes, who's that? Nah, we got Angela Lansbury. We good. She gonna figure it out. Murder, She Wrote. I'm gonna miss her. That was a legit show. That's what we should do. That's what my next that's what I should do on Rewind Recast after horror movies is do a Murder, She Wrote movie.
Yo, Murder, She Wrote was like ahead of its time. It was Murder, She Wrote. Yeah. There was like Columbo at the time. Those really great Murders of the Week kind of shows. My mom loved that show. Actually, whenever Miss Lansbury, she passed away, I saw it. I woke up, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I called my mom immediately to let her know the news. And she was like very disappointed, but at the same time, she's like, well, she lived a nice long life. And she did. She did. 96 years old. That's a very long life. So I want to just celebrate that real quick. Lila, Do you have any
Yes.
Angela Lansbury
I did
memories?
love her work. I loved her work in Murder She Wrote. Me and my mom loved that show. We watched shows like The Golden Girls a lot and Matlock. She was on Matlock once. They did like a collab.
Matlock.
I love Matlock. I was gonna say Matlock was more what I was into, but their collab episode went hard. And
Yeah,
I always thought she was like she had this like timeless beauty about her. I
she
don't know.
did.
Yeah, no. I
When I
always thought she was gorgeous.
when I was looking at like trying to find some photos of Miss Lansbury, it was I saw some photos of like in her 20s and 30s, and she was a babe. She was a
No
babe. Like no joke. Like something about that time, it was just different. Like remember Betty White when we looked at the old pictures? Betty White, man,
Betty
fire,
White.
fire. You know. So yes, rest in peace to Miss Angela Lansbury. And then later on in the week, I believe it was just 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we got the very sad, and I didn't expect to hear this kind of news at all. But and help me with it. I can't remember his last name, but Hagrid, the actor who played Hagrid, in the Harry Potter franchise, he also passed away. As well, and I'm sorry, I have my notes up where I had his name, but I just can't figure. I just Robbie. I can't remember.
Coltrane?
Coltrane, yeah, Coltrane. Robbie
Thank you.
Coltrane. He passed away as well, which I know this is going to probably hit especially a lot of the younger guys out here, younger cats out here, because when we talk about different kinds of movie series that kind of transcend the generations, you know, Star Wars, obviously, you know, that's kind of more me and BC speed. But with Harry Potter, that's a lot of the 2000 kids. You know, the 2000 kids grew up with those movies, and you know, and Hagrid was the guy that told them even what the wizarding world was. You know, you're a wizard, Harry. You know, that kind of line right there gets you into that kind of whole thing. And Hagrid was always the watchful protector, the watchful guardian. You know, he was like their Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, in that movie, as like that. A surrogate father figure role. So yeah, so Lila, you heard also that he passed away as well, and how do you feel hearing about that? What do you guys say to Mr. Robbie out there?
I heard this news when I was at the doctor's, so it was awful timing, but I was very sad because you know what, Linda was right. I grew up on Harry Potter. I love these movies. Kill me, sue me, but I love these movies. I loved Hagrid. My friend's obsessed with Hagrid, so she took it really hard. She got for Christmas last year, I got her this like hand knitted plush of Hagrid that like sits on her cardboard. Like Hagrid was our guy. Hagrid was the man, and Hagrid was a way better father than James Potter could ever wish he was. So I want to thank Robbie for his work. I want to thank Robbie for his work, for being a great adoptive father towards Harry Potter. He did a great job portraying that role. And all the makeup he put on, I feel like he put on a lot of like extra stuff to be Hagrid. Like I remember reading that his makeup took like a very long time. So I want to thank him for all the effort he put in to look so cuddly.
Yeah,
I think he definitely deserved an Oscar for this work. In my heart, he got one.
there you go. And BC, I know BC. Whenever you was trading for the inner geekdom, you went on a huge Harry Potter.
Yeah,
run,
I
man.
finally watched all the Harry Potter
Yeah.
movies.
Really?
And I hated every single one of them. They
go.
were really bad. But actually, oddly enough, but what I will remember him from is actually GoldenEye. He played Valentine in GoldenEye, and I think he was in The World Is Not Enough as well. And he was fantastic in those movies. And then he had a role in Ocean's 12.
Bro, I
believe.
forgot about that.
Oh.
No, hold on. I forgot about him and James Bond.
Oh yeah.
I
with
totally
the
forgot
caviar,
about that.
and he's and Bond like throws him in the caviar, and he's almost drowning in it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
That's tough.
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
That's how all always remember him as the Russian Valentine.
Yeah. Man, that's sick. And you were saying there was another one. You said
yeah, he also showed up in like Ocean's 12. Like he was a good actor, man. He showed up in a lot of different things. I think his very first role was just a small, tiny, appearance of just a random guy without a name in Flash Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dude was a talented dude, and I may not like the Harry Potter movies, but that doesn't take away from what he did with the role.
Facts.
He did a great job. So
Facts, man. And
100%.
I'm kind of in the same boat with you, BC. I never really liked the Harry Potter movies. That was, like I said, I always thought that Harry Potter was just new age Star Wars. I was like, okay, that's for this for these kids. I got Luke and Leia. I'm not really into Ron Weasley out here. That's not my guy.
Whoa.
But I will say that when I did watch all the movies, because me and Lindsay went on a run of Harry Potter earlier this year. She's never watched all of them, and we watched all of them together. And I forgot how much Hagrid was such an endearing character. And every time he was on screen, even though I would be bored half the time watching those movies, but every time Hagrid was on, it was always just a pleasant surprise. But it's crazy, man. You talk about that kind of stuff, and we talk about like the Harry Potter cast and how talented that cast was. Looking back on it, man, because Professor Severus Snape. That's
Alan
God,
Rickman.
now I'm skipping on his name. Help me.
Alan
Rickman. Alan Rickman. I remember Alan Rickman from Die Hard.
Rickman.
To me,
He's
Die
so
Hard.
talented.
Die Hard, Alan Rickman. That's kind of where I affiliate Alan Rickman. But everyone, these young guys, and Lila, they know Alan Rickman for being Professor Snape. And it's just I can't emphasize enough, I think, about how, even though I don't like these Harry Potter movies, they obviously, had an impact. They obviously had an impact and a huge impact in, no pun intended, but, if they ever were to reboot or recast like Harry Potter, filling Hagrid's shoes is going to be a large task, man. Like, no pun intended, but it's just, he was great. He was great, dude. He was great. So rest in peace to Mr. Coltrane and to Miss Lansbury. We just want to shout that out real quick before we start. I think it's always great to celebrate these people. They say you don't pass away when you die. They pass away when your name starts being spoken. So I like to say people's names as much as I possibly can. So not an easy.
That was beautiful, bro.
I was about to say
that was fucking. You know what?
I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll talk to you today. You may be the enemy, but that was fucking beautiful. Okay. I probably shouldn't be saying fucking, but that was beautiful.
Thanks, dog. Thanks, dog. So just a little slow clap for Miss Lansbury, Mr. Coltrane. Appreciate all the work that you guys have done, and sad stuff, but thank you for everything.
And what sucks is that's 2. It always comes in 3.
Yeah.
So
why'd you say that?
I'm scared. Today. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed we don't have to worry about anything like that. But now shifting gears back to actually the movie news that happened and stuff over the past week. And the more, still kind of sad stuff. Well, we've heard about all the Blade controversy. The director has stepped down. That happened a few weeks ago, right on the precipice of them announcing that they were going to start filming in October. We talked about it a few weeks ago. I was very sad because I'm looking forward to this Blade movie. I've been waiting for this Blade movie for a long time. Mahershala Ali, 2-time Academy Award winning actor, super dope talent. And then we heard that the script was just all over the place, 90 pages long, 2 lackluster fight scenes and all this stuff. Well, it was just now reported earlier in the week.
I try to get the picture up for Instagram. I forgot to post it up so people could come watch.
It was announced that Blade is not being pushed off of its release date, which surprising for Marvel fans, because if I'll say the one consistent thing about the MCU, this is a DC thing. It's the release dates. Well, they pin a release date. They normally are very good at sticking to those release dates. So I'm not too upset that they're finally having to shift these things around, and I would much rather them shift these things around, because don't rush greatness. Don't rush it. Make it good, and then release it when it's ready. That's kind of what I believe. I believe BC feels the same, but it is still a little disheartening to hear. And from what I heard, that the Blade movie is now being pushed out into September of 2024, taking the release date of the newly announced Deadpool 3. The Deadpool 3 movie, that release date is now going to go to Blade. And then I believe Deadpool is taking Fantastic Four's release date. And Fantastic Four is being pushed. And then Secret Wars is being pushed. So Secret Wars is now coming out in a little bit middle of 2025. So it's just a domino effect. It's just been a domino effect one got pushed, everything moves down the road. We've heard that stuff. BC, how do we feel about The Blade being pushed to 2024 and all those other movies falling in line?
All right, I need y'all to brace yourself.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be a hot take.
Hot
Is that what the kids call it? Kids call it a hot take.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Unpopular
Fire.
opinion.
We're gonna burn. Okay, here it is.
Dracarys.
I'm sorry.
You broke me a little bit there. That was good.
I'm sorry. The intrusive thought one. I'm sorry.
I do not care. How many times do movies get release dates and then get, oh, hey, we're moving it? I no longer give a crap about any release date because I know it's going to change. They're all going to change. Every single, I have never seen a movie stick it to its release date. You said Marvel doesn't normally do this. That's not true. Marvel has moved release dates hundreds of times. They always, so until we are about like final trailers, once they go, hey, here's the final trailer, I'm not believing any release date ever again, because this is what happens. There's so much going on, and the MCU is such a big machine that if one thing needs to back up, they all have to back up. So I understand this, and I know that they don't really plan on it, but they know it's gonna happen. So I just don't care. I don't. Everything's gonna continually shift. You know what I mean? And so when people are like, this is like, I saw people talking about this, like, this is a big deal. This is, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, no, why? Do you not watch Hollywood? Movies shift and move every single freaking day. And we continue to talk about it like this is breaking and brand new. And this has never happened before. Yes, it has, all the time. And so I'm just like, I'm like, okay, yeah, does it suck? Yes, it does. It sucks. But, you know, like you said, it's better to push it and get it right than not. You know what I'm saying? It'll be here eventually. And when it gets here, I'll be excited for it. You know what I'm saying? So, but until there's trailers and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I don't care about your release dates.
Okay.
Especially on movies. Especially on movies that we ain't even started filming yet. If you ain't filming and you ain't pushing a release date, I ain't worried about it. Sorry. Your movie ain't even ready to start. So why should I be worried about when it's going to come out?
No, that's a fair thought, man. That's a fair thought.
Right?
But
how many times has it happened that we're just like, oh my God, they moved this date? I'm like, they always move. I bet all these move again. I do. I'm more mad that when I found out they were moving dates, I found out there were a lot more of untitled Marvel movies that were coming out that I didn't realize that were scheduled. I didn't realize there was anything scheduled between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, but apparently there's like 2 projects scheduled.
No, there's like 2 or 3 of them. When they did the timeline thing, they showed those in there.
See, I didn't remember those. And I just thought it was Kang Dynasty, and then 6 months later we'll get Secret Wars. No, there was like and then when they announced they're pushing Secret Wars, I said, okay, good. Because honestly, within Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, I'm gonna try and rewatch the entire MCU. And I mean the entire multiversal MCU.
Oh, the multiversal MCU.
Yes.
Marvel. You're just saying Marvel.
I'm talking Ang Lee's Hulk, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, Elektra, both Punishers. I'm talking Inhumans. I'm talking Bill Bixby Hulk.
There's 3 Punishers.
There's 3 Punishers?
Dolph Lundgren.
Wow.
Oh, I totally forget about Dolph Lundgren. Hell, I'll throw in old school Captain America, 1990 Captain America.
Howard the Duck. Let's ride.
True story. I have 1990s Captain America on DVD or Blu-ray.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know they actually released those.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
You know what? You know what? I do remember that. I'm thinking of the Fantastic Four movie, the '90s Fantastic Four movie.
Oh yeah, they did not release.
They didn't release that one. They didn't release that one. That was like their Batgirl. They just like, let's just move that one off over here.
Side note. I was running through our TikTok. Oh no, yeah, TikTok again. And I came across the video of Batgirl doesn't even get to come out. And you go, Morbius got released a second time in theater. I go, Morbius got 2 releases and Batgirl didn't get one. And I just started cracking up all over again.
No,
I just gotta say, Lila, you are a G. Our TikTok is
fire.
It's fire.
If you guys haven't followed the Lando Project on TikTok, please do yourself a favor. Go watch it. What Lila does. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. The one that you did with the "Don't Worry, Darling" had me rolling out of my chair.
I love that.
That one was good.
I thought that was good.
And then the She-Hulk, like, we're not going to come on here and bash She-Hulk every single week, and it'd be Lila just sitting here like, but I want to so much. But I want to so much. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, Lila, so you hear about this release date shifting. Does this echo any kind of bad thoughts for you? Are you kind of worried that are you the same thing as BC? Just like, hey, just move it, make it right, release it when it's ready.
I'm more worried about the script that you said is 90 fucking pages. Pardon my French, but I've recently, like, I don't know why this is taking me so long to notice, but I haven't been seeing a lot of great writing as of late. So for Blade to have a script that is 90 pages that I'm presuming got scrapped because your script shouldn't be 90 pages. That's me being pretentious, but you could tell a story in under 90 pages, especially for a film, especially a Marvel film. Peace and love. But
yeah, I was going to say and this is a point I was going to make, was I actually heard that they tapped the writer from, was it Miss Marvel, to come over.
The TV show?
Yeah, from the TV show to come over and repen the scripts. And then they gave them like 6 weeks to do it. So honestly, when I heard that they pushed it, that makes me feel a whole lot better. Give the man time to breathe and write the right script. 6 weeks. Yeah. There have been some real dope ass movies that have been written in 6 weeks. Yeah, there have been. No. But
and
that doesn't always spell success. I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Watchmen Scribe.
The Watchmen Scribe. Oh, the series or the movie?
Yes. And Watchmen. Stacy, I think this is a limited series Watchmen. Yeah, Stacy Osei Coffer.
That's dope.
That's good.
She was a playwright who acted as a story editor and writer on HBO's Watchmen. Has been tapped in the script. This was
that looks promising.
February 2021. So was that the first writer or the new writer?
BC, you sound like an Autobot.
Oh, he's okay now.
Okay, you're okay now. You're good.
Sorry.
Yeah, you sounded like a transformer. You're good now.
Bad.
You good. So they're tapping the Watchmen series. So they're tapping the Watchmen series writer. That's awesome, because I thought that the Watchmen TV show was so well done. I love that show. I thought that show should have swept every single damn award. I thought the writing was great. I thought actually it was better than the movie that Zack Snyder made, and I actually kind of liked that movie. But I thought it was a much better, well-written project. So if they got her to do this Blade movie, I have all the faith in the world, because it definitely felt like when she did Watchmen, she had a good finger on the pulse of what that show was and how to also deliver a message, because Disney's in the message business right now. They want to deliver messages, but you got to do so with tact, and you have to do it well. And I think that she knows how to do that, because when you open the Watchmen show with the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, that was well done. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so apparently she was the original writer.
Oh no!
Oh damn!
Oh damn!
Yeah. Oh damn! The new report claims that X-Men 97 head writer Bo DeMayo has replaced her as screenwriter for Marvel Studios' Blade. Okay. And that came out on September 30th, 2022.
Got it. Ooh. Okay. Well, X-Men 97. I still think that's it. I got to take back everything I just said and shift gears. But hopefully this guy got the juice, man.
Hopefully. And
but if I think about that, that actually kind of makes sense to me, because you really liked Watchmen. I thought Watchmen was way too slow.
I can see that too.
I
A lot
could
of
not
shows
get
are slow
into it.
nowadays.
And if they're saying that this show had that this movie was short and didn't have any action sequences,
I can see that. Yeah,
That makes
kind of
sense.
makes sense.
kind of makes sense.
That does make
Kind of
sense.
makes sense.
Given the
that you said
track record of Watchmen to me.
that. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that now. Now that you put it in that perspective and you gave me that little tidbit, that makes total sense. I still
Lila?
like the Watchmen show. But I also like shows that are a little bit dialogue heavy. You know,
Yeah.
like I like those dialogue heavy, well written dialogue things. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Lila.
Miss Lila.
Am I like misremembering? But didn't Blade like have like a teaser dropped?
No.
Didn't Blade had something, right?
We heard his voice in Eternals in the post credits.
In the
Oh,
post credit scene,
okay.
when
Okay,
John,
he had a
when
post-credit scene.
not knowing Jon Snow was going to not knowingly touch the blade of eternal like vampire hunter stuff,
Okay.
and then you
Okay.
heard Mahershala Ali's oh so smooth voice in the background.
Oh no, I
Okay.
think I think Jon Snow. I think Jon Snow knew exactly what he was doing. He looked like, man, I can't do this, but I should. I need to. Oh God, am I ready for this? And that's when Mahershala, like, yo,
Typical.
you ready?
Yeah, you sure you want to do that,
I was so
Typical
mad about that
Jon Snow,
post credit
if you will.
scene.
bro? Just
Because
let me
it
see
wasn't-
him.
It wasn't until a
Just
week
let me
later
see
that I
him.
even knew that was Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, they should have just showed him.
Yeah,
They
should
should
have
have
just showed him.
They should have put him in the garb and everything.
Obviously,
been
Marvel has
great.
no issue of just shoehorning cameos into certain selective projects. Sorry, I'm gonna calm down and wait till a little bit later in the show for that. But
I thought that was going to be the segue. That
thought
that
that
actually
was-
would have been a good one.
That would have been you're like, I'm hulking out.
He kind of ruined a perfect opportunity to get a segue right there. I was like, oh, I don't even have to talk shit about this one. That one was good.
I know, I
Segue.
was like, ooh, theatrics.
segue. Let's talk about this shit. Listen, fuck it.
See,
Fuck it.
you
No.
ruined your own segue.
Listen, fuck this show.
Sounds like an Eagles fan.
Fuck
Whoa,
this
hey,
show.
look, I think we
Listen.
do a really good job on this show. I don't know
No,
what we
our
did.
show is
Shit.
fantastic. Our show is
God,
great.
no,
I love
no,
this show.
damn.
I met She-Hulk, and I'm gonna tell you why. I thought the first 15 minutes. No, BC, put the headphones back on. Put it back on. Put the headphones back on because he doesn't want to hear. He doesn't want to hear the truth.
It was
He's gonna miss the compliment I'm about to give She-Hulk. I thought this was the funniest episode She-Hulk had. I thought this was the funniest episode She-Hulk finally did.
See, he thinks I can't hear him, but I can
alright.
still hear.
I
can
thought this
still
was.
hear.
I thought
hear everything. When you not on a microphone, guess what? I still hear you, mother.
that's fair.
I
That's fair.
do. I hear everything.
I thought
You
this
know
was
why?
the funniest
You know why?
episode
Because
that
we
they had.
eating Cowboys.
This was the,
Fuck up.
oh my god! Hey, I got
Alright,
20 bucks
that-
on this
that-
game. I got 20 bucks on this.
I just wanted my cereal got way too soggy. That was not good. It sat there for a couple seconds and now it's way too soggy. My Fruit Loops and marshmallows are way too soggy.
So She-Hulk season finale came out, and like I said, I thought this was the funniest episode that they've. It actually seemed like the writers showed up to work that day. I thought this was actually well written.
Literally.
I thought this was actually well done. I thought it was well written. But I had a lot of issues about this, though. I had a lot of issues about this.
always.
For this to be the legal, I wish they would have stuck to the legal comedy stuff. I wish they would have stuck to the legal comedy stuff because it seemed like the end, and this only showed what I was trying to tell you earlier when we was on episode 4, episode 5 BC, and I was saying, I don't know why I'm watching this show. The show seems to not be going anywhere. And you kept on telling me, hey, nah, man, like, it'll figure itself out. And then it just told me blatantly, we didn't know where the fuck we was going with this show. We don't know what we're doing. Tatiana still had no purpose for being there at the end. Fine, whatever. But what pissed me off the most wasn't anything to do with She-Hulk. It was everything to do with this bullshit-ass World War III Scar Hulk son setup. I have been wanting this, and I have been waiting for this for 10 years, and the disrespect of, oh yeah, Hulk, I got a son, skip. I just thought this was the most anticlimactic. I just wish they didn't put it in there. I just wish they didn't put it in there.
Yeah.
And I know what you're going to say, BC. This is them trolling the fans, and they want to make fun of the fans. Not all of the fans genuinely want these shows to be bad. Not genuinely all of the fans want to hate these shows. Sometimes the fans who have been dedicated fans from the 80s and the 90s who wasted their money, not wasted money, who spent their money and bought these comics that even got Marvel through a lot of this stuff. The fans who've been showing up from day one, back when women weren't even trying to go watch these things, because back then it was still toxic in that way, where women were making fun of kids like me growing up, while I was reading comic books. It kind of just feels like, all right, yo, I'm genuinely trying to show up. I'm genuinely trying to give the click. I'm genuinely trying to give the view. All I want you to do is respect the character. Now, I felt that they did respect She-Hulk's character, and I thought that this show did more than anything do She-Hulk correctly. But this stuff that they're doing with Hulk and we're doing with Scar, I just thought was a slap in the face. I thought it was a slap in the face. I got no issue with the She-Hulk finale. I wish that the middle 5 episodes were taken out, though. To me, the show could have been the first 2 episodes and the last 2 episodes, and I would have been good. I would have been good.
I wish it didn't happen. I was such a bold. I don't like that show at all. I'm sorry. I tried really, really hard to show out for She-Hulk. I was like, yeah, I will support my fellow women in this endeavor. And then I was like, I don't know if I could do this anymore, guys. And I left. I can't support all women. I'm sorry.
But I don't even like this, because we've had Miss Marvel. We've had WandaVision. I don't understand why this was the one.
I don't know either.
I don't understand it. It's like we supported WandaVision. WandaVision is still my number one favorite Disney show, you know, and Miss Marvel is in my top 3. Why was this the one where, okay, we're going to do it, fine. If that's what we want to do, fine, cool. If you want to make fun of the toxic side, fine, cool. But toxic is on both ends. I'm not even trying to get into all that. My issue is this motherfucker's hairline. That is not, man, bro, what are we doing? Anyway, BC, you like this show. You think this show can do nothing wrong whatsoever. Tell me about why this show is the most perfect show of all time, and there's nothing wrong with it.
It is not perfect. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but it is also very fun, and I understand it for what it is. It is not a narrative-driven show at all. It is not pushing the MCU. I tried to explain this on my TikTok the other day. Like, let's say, Lando, you the main character in your story, right? That's you, all right. And I'm a side character in your story, all right. And I'm helping push your world through. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I got my niece that live with me, the child. What she does has absolutely nothing to do with you, but she still lives in the same world that you live in. True. All right. So now we got to visit a story in this world that had nothing to do with all the overarching stuff that was going on, except that it was in that world, and it meant absolutely nothing to the overarching thing. I think this should have been 22 episodes, because it could have been
Jesus Christ, no.
But here's
oh God.
Here's why. This is Full House. This is Family Matters. This is Hanging with Mr. Cooper. It is not a
Don't you dare disrespect Hanging with Mr. Cooper this way.
It is not a driving something else. It is driving just this episode and this one person's life. It is a character story. You're just looking at Jen Walters and the things she's go through. And it is the MCU going, listen, all of you little toxic men, we don't care what you have to say. And now, since this is what you don't want us to do, we're going to do just that. And why was it done with She-Hulk? Let me tell you why it was done with She-Hulk. Because She-Hulk's the only one you can do it with. You can't take WandaVision and go Wanda and Vision, who have gone through
that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question.
I'll let you finish. Let me finish.
That wasn't my question.
Let me finish.
That wasn't my question.
You can't take Miss Marvel and turn her into a joke. But She-Hulk, where the comic started basically as a joke, where she ripped the pages down and
Facts.
talk to the writers going, what are y'all doing?
But
This is terrible writing. What is wrong with you? That's what this
Me.
show was. You can do it with She-Hulk. You can't do it with other people. Now, when She-Hulk shows up in the MCU, in the Avengers show, you're not going to see that stuff as much at all. There's going to be a much more serious
Nope,
take
not.
on her. But it's going to fit for the tone that is. If you don't like She-Hulk, the great thing about it, you did not have to watch it.
That is
And
true.
that's what was
true.
hilarious about that reveal of Scar being in that. It's like, oh yeah, here, y'all want something big? Fuck it, here's Scar. He's here. But I think Scar is going to be nowhere near the Scar that we know. I think instead we're going to get Scar, but he is Hulkling. Because everyone keeps saying we're getting World War Hulk. We are not getting thinking we're getting World War Hulk.
We're not getting World War.
World War Hulk was Thor Ragnarok. All right. We got World War Hulk.
Oh,
That's the best.
no.
We're not getting another version of it. Now, Mark Ruffalo is going to be able to just do very tiny cameo appearances, and Scar is going to be our Hulkling or new Hulk.
I got
and as far as his hairline,
Incredible.
I understand if you're mad. I get it. I don't care because it's his hair. Do you, bro? I wouldn't do it, but do you, dog?
Listen, I don't blame Hulkling or Scar for his haircut. I blame whatever barber did this to him, because you don't push the hairline back like that. You don't do that. Okay, that's barber 101.
If he like it, he like it. That's him.
He obviously don't fucking like it. Look at the man's face. He don't like that haircut. He's pissed. No. Nah, dog. Listen. This is right here. We're looking at a father saying, "Son, you're not wearing that hat where we're going. Take the hat off." I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt, which, by the way, Hulk has a dope ass shirt. I fuck with the Hulk shirt. But the man's dog.
Right.
And I totally understand that. About if you don't like it, don't watch it. I understand all of that stuff. I'm going to continue to watch everything that Marvel puts out because I told you, I am here to look for. I want to watch everything that they're putting out. The same way that I read every comic book as a kid growing up. I didn't care what it was. I read everything.
Every single comic book.
Well, that I could put my hands
You've read
on. That's
every comic book ever?
No, every comic book that I was able to get at the library when I went to go read comic books.
He's trying to beat your ass.
The ones that were
no, he's just being he's being toxic
that
as
makes
fuck,
it,
right?
that makes it the same because there were 7 there and I read all 7.
No, I mean I read every single one that I was able to. I was able to read. No, so what I'm trying to say is that you have your dedicated fans, and I kind of feel like with this show, for a legal comedy, it wasn't funny until the last
wasn't a
episode.
legal comedy.
That is literally how they fucking broadcast
That
it.
is that's not. They never said that. We said it.
Tatiana never said that
as the audience.
Jennifer Walters didn't say that. Jennifer Walters didn't say
this is my show, legal show, and then constantly throughout it, that was taken away, and she kept going. No, this is a legal show.
You see, you're wrong, man. They said this is going to be legal comedy.
No.
They said it's going to be legal comedy. That's what they said. That's what Marvel said. They said it was going to be legal comedy, and it wasn't funny. They said it was going to be a legal comedy, and it was barely.
It wasn't. How can you?
Let me finish. BC, hold on. I shut up when you was talking.
How can you say it wasn't funny?
I'm just saying. So I am saying that the jokes didn't land.
For you?
This is my opinion. What are we talking about?
But you gotta go. No, jokes just didn't land for me because they landed for me.
That's exactly okay, bro. If you're going to like kind of force this kind of thing, you gotta let me be able to speak, and you have to know that what I'm saying is my opinion on how I view the show. I just personally thought that the show wasn't funny. I personally thought that the show in the middle 5 episodes was kind of a waste of time. That they could have used those episodes to do something. If they wanted to make a Law of the Week show, they could have done that. But I felt like it didn't know what the show was doing. I have issues with the show. I don't understand, but here's my issue more or less. Why is it that when I have an issue with this particular show, it's a problem? But with any other kind of Marvel anything that I watch, it's not. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
What do you mean?
But it is. Obviously, it is. If it's like, oh, this is an issue. This is a thing. No, I'm just merely saying.
Well, no,
it's
only an issue because we have differing opinions on it. So we're talking about the issue. We're talking about the different opinions. It's not a problem that you don't like it. It's just
But you're trying, but okay, but you're trying to say how like I should kind of feel about this show. You're like,
No,
how
I'm
is it not funny?
say-
Because the jokes didn't land, it wasn't funny. Well, that's just for you. Well, you're not, that's
yeah,
kind of
that's what I'm saying. Like you didn't find it funny, so honestly, you should have just stopped.
I just think that you're hella defending the show, and I think there's a lot of gatekeeping going around it.
No,
No,
it's not.
if you
I
want to
think
come in
it
and
is.
watch,
I genuinely think it is.
if you don't want to watch, don't
I
watch.
think that She-Hulk and the whole premise around it is we're going to put a woman in front of this show. Woman's going to lead the show, and I think that because of that, you can't say nothing wrong about this, or else you're a misogynistic troll. That's exactly
incorrect.
That's incorrect. How is that
That
incorrect?
is incorrect. The viewer score for She-Hulk audience rating is 35%. It is not wrong to arguably say that She-Hulk is not a good show. That is the popular opinion in the Marvel fandom, besides BC. Peace and love, BC. No Marvel fan really likes She-Hulk, besides BC. Respect to BC. That's just the general consensus. No one's really putting their neck out for She-Hulk. And if you are seeing people put their neck out for She-Hulk, it's the minority. It's a loud minority.
You really threw me off because I go 35%. No, it had 87%. And then I went back to Rotten Tomatoes. I go, oh, that's average compared to audience. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, yeah.
So all in all,
I mean, I get it. And again, if you don't like it, it is funny though, because this is one of those things that I like to push buttons on too.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of one of those shows. Like I remember when Wonder Woman came out.
I'm just pissed off about Scar.
The headline is pissing us off.
I'm pissed off about Scar. That's just like if they would have done Blade this way, I would have been pissed off about Blade. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. If you want to jack, if you want to do whatever you want to do with She-Hulk, I don't give a shit at this point because I fell off the She-Hulk train a while ago, but I kept on watching it because I knew there was going to be some kind of thing at the end. Maybe the leader was going to show up, and I'm like, okay, where is it? Maybe they'll do something. So I watched it. It was just how they introduced the Scar character. I thought was a total waste. And I don't see that being a joke. I just seen that being bad writing. I don't see what the joke was with that. I don't see that being ha. They did this to kind of make you upset. Why would you go out of your way to do that? You know what I mean? Like why? But why waste your money on that?
The entirety of She-Hulk. That's me at the entirety of She-Hulk. Why go out of your way to do that? Then to me that's bullshit.
Here's what to me.
I'll never watch a Jessica Gal thing again. I'm just saying that straight up. I'll never watch a written thing by Jessica Gal ever again. I'm done.
It reminded me. Okay, so She-Hulk. This is going to be a very, very weird analogy, but for somehow it popped into my head.
I'm excited.
She-Hulk reminds me of Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The comedian. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
because Andy Kaufman did a lot of jokes.
Didn't watch a lot of Andy Kaufman growing up. I only knew him from the Jim Carrey thing.
Exactly. But by watching that movie, Andy Kaufman did a lot of jokes that other people, that the majority of people did not find funny. But you know who found it funny and absolutely hilarious?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. So I feel like the writers were like, yo, how funny would it be to piss people off like that? Like, can we do this? And then Kevin, whether it be the machine Kevin or Mr. Feige.
I did like the machine Kevin. I did like Machine Kevin. I thought Machine Kevin was absolutely great.
Are like, you know what? That's hilarious. Go piss people off. I can't wait to see what happens.
And you know what? And I don't think I would be this upset about the show if the writing of excellence that was displayed in the 9th episode was displayed throughout all of the other episodes. I feel like this episode was really well done. I thought that the fourth wall break, by the way, Deadpool has a huge bar to pass because that fourth wall break is the greatest fourth wall break I've ever seen in anything. That fourth wall break was dope as shit. Maybe except for Ferris Bueller. He's the GOAT. But I respect what they did there with her doing all that Avengers Assembled, which was a great because nobody was watching Avengers Assembled. Now people might go watch Avengers Assembled. So that was a great that was a great sponsorship. Like, hey, Avengers Assembled sponsored by She-Hulk, right? I thought that was dope. Where was that excellence of writing? Because even when they went into the writer's room, and I will kill for Kevin, I died out of my seat when
those were the actual writers.
Those were the writers. They could be funny. Where have they been?
Lila.
I was looking at She-Hulk reviews.
Oh no, I thought you had something. I thought you had something you were about to say.
Can you read a few reviews? Read a few reviews. I just want to know if I agree with these.
I'll read the user reviews because those are way better.
Yeah, read those. Read a few.
There's like 51 stars in front of me right now.
Okay, just read
It
like
was
five.
it was an insult to the viewer. One of the worst things I have ever watched. She-Hulk's finale made Game of Thrones season 8 not that bad in comparison. The show
Wow.
started great, ignoring the one scene, and most of it was enjoyable.
What's the
For a
one
show
scene?
with law and I have no idea. It was in quotations, but I have no idea what that means. For a show with law in the name, the writers obviously knew nothing about the legal system. By the way, they spelled "new" wrong. They used like brand new instead of like new.
NEU.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought that was funny.
NEW. Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say that was
that's
funny.
funny.
And here's the last one. There is not a single
Man,
thing with the Marvel
sounds
logo
like this
on
guy
it.
has a great idea. I definitely need to listen to this person's reviews. They
I was
can't
about to
spell.
say he
So
definitely knows more about law than me. Very messy. Constantly makes the viewer
Which is
question.
surprising though, because one of the things we talked about before we even watched the show, when the show was originally being, was that they went out of their way and hired writers who worked on those other law shows. That was like one of the
I
big
don't
things.
remember hearing that.
Yeah, like
I
some
don't
of the
remember hearing that
writers,
either.
some of the writers that they brought on there, they were. No, I'm sorry, not writers. A lot of the actors that they brought in were on other law shows. I just thought it was gonna be more of like I said, a legal comedy. If it was gonna be a legal comedy, Ally McBeal, I was ready for it. I just didn't.
Again, that's something that we put on that.
Yeah,
One of
it
these
just didn't
reviews
hit.
said, one of the reviews was like, "I'm surprised they didn't call this They Hulk." I thought that was really funny. I thought that was kind of funny.
That is kind
That's
of
a little.
funny.
I
That's
was
good.
about to say that was
funny.
kind of.
I
That
can
was a
see
good
it.
one.
That's okay. I will say, you know, the closing bit where the guy, the reporter was like, "What are you wearing?" I thought that was great.
Ew.
I thought that was
Yeah.
great. And then he was just like the what did he call her? Not the disrespectful diva, or he was like the disgruntled diva. I was like that. That's pretty funny. The ninth episode I thought was really well done, man. Like I said, I thought it was so well done. I thought episode 8 was great. I thought episode 9 was dope. I thought episodes 1 and 2 were sick. The middle 5 episodes, you can miss me with those.
See, yeah, and I'll agree with you there that those middle episodes were kind of lackluster until I finished this finale, and I felt I looked at it, I go, okay, I get what this was. This was not a narrative-driven story. This was just random days in the life of this
She-Hulk poured that glass of Kool-Aid in BC, just like
I said, you know what? I'm entertained. If you can entertain me,
that's good.
I don't care about anything. I will continually tell people one of my probably my all-time favorite movie is Super Mario Bros. With Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Now, you know, now that you said that again, I don't know why I'm arguing with you.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm arguing.
If it's just
movie.
entertainment,
no, it's not.
I'm like, cool, whatever.
No,
it's
my
goofy,
Italian
it's fun. I
Have you
fun
seen
with
it? Have you seen Super Mario Bros?
Yes, it's my
terrible
Italian representation.
There's so many other.
I don't think there's any Italians in the movie.
Mario's Italian. Mario and
God.
Luigi are Italian.
All right. So
I did see the greatest meme the other day. It's the Magneto. I prefer the real, you know.
Yeah.
It
Perfection.
goes. It shows Mario. And it shows Chris Pratt's Mario version. He goes, I prefer the real Mario. And then it shows Bob Hoskins. He goes, I said the real Mario. And then it shows Captain Lou from the
the old one?
Mario Brothers Super Show. Hey, paisanos.
I pulled that up after
And it
last
said
week's episode.
perfection. And I was like, yeah.
I pulled that up once you brought that up because I totally forgot about that. But last week when you brought it up, I pulled it up after the fact. That's funny. Okay, so staying with the Hulk train. Oh wait, real quick. So BC, final grade for She-Hulk. What do you give it? A through F.
B.
B. Got a B
Yeah.
show.
That's a go.
It's in my top 3 of the Marvel shows. Yeah. I have been most entertained by Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, and coming up way last. Like you could put every cartoon
Loki
and
was
everything
low.
in there, and then Moon Knight.
Loki was kind of low.
Yeah, well, okay, I like Loki, but I'm like, Okay, it's good.
I
It's
can't
not. It's
I can't wait for my list to come out.
Loki.
know.
Loki is not.
So
Loki's
sad.
not one I'll go back and rewatch unless I need to see the narrative, because there's not episodes that I'm just like, oh my god, that was a great episode. I just want to watch that episode. You know, like I'll probably go
That
back
makes
and
sense.
watch the
Yeah.
She-Hulk finale a couple times. I'll probably go back and watch the She-Hulk beginning a couple times.
Mm.
I will watch Hawkeye in full regularly. You know, stuff like the other day, I just randomly turned on the season 2 finale of Cobra Kai. You know, because that episode is just
Cobra
entertaining.
Kai.
I like to watch it.
I love
So
Cobra Kai.
if rewatchability is very important for me, and some things are
Cobra
too
Kai
serious,
does have an infinite rewatchability. I can watch
infinite.
that all day. You are correct.
and it's easy to watch.
It is.
So like when a show like She-Hulk, it's easy to watch. Falcon and Winter Soldier, as much as I love it, it is a continued narrative. So there's not
I
like
can agree
one
with
episode.
you. I agree with you on that. I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
There's not one episode that I'm just going to sit there and watch. WandaVision, I want to watch them all. I don't want to watch just one episode. You know, it's
She-Hulk is definitely a show you could just put on the background and not pay attention to, and
have it on. Yeah,
you just have it on. I could totally agree with that too. Lila, what's your final grade for She-Hulk?
It's like a probably like a D probably.
Yeah,
it's definitely not top 3, but it's not like bad.
Yeah, I say it's a D. I got to give it a D on this one. But that's fair, man. If they do make a season 2, I hope it's much better. Or I hope I hope that they lean into what worked. I hope they can make it longer. I just hope that the writing picks up and they continue to be strong. From that last episode.
Lando, okay, so I'm assuming Lando, you have it at the end. Last.
Say that again.
I'm assuming you have She-Hulk last. No, what do you have last?
I don't want to say because actually debuting tomorrow, most likely I have a video where I've ranked the top Marvel Disney Plus shows.
All right, well then we'll wait.
So stand tuned for that, and you will see where I did have She-Hulk. But the answer to your question is no. She-Hulk is not last on my list. No, it is not. But I also have Werewolf by Night in this group as well. I added Werewolf by Night into my listing. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Werewolf by Night might push She-Hulk out of the top 4, out of the top 3 if we count it.
Yeah, I counted Werewolf by Night. I did not count the I Am Groot mini short stuff. I didn't count those. But I counted the Werewolf by Night.
I tried. I couldn't do it. Oh, I didn't put What If in there. What if could possibly push She-Hulk too.
And I also included What If. I did include What If. So What If does not. It's not the last one. I mean, I'm sorry. She-Hulk is not the last one. I will say that. I can say that with confidence. It's not the last one.
That's interesting. I'm excited to check that out then.
Yeah, it'll be out. It should be out. Tomorrow? Tuesday? Not sure.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I was gonna say tomorrow or Tuesday, but most likely looking Tuesday.
No worries. It comes out when it comes out. But staying along this Hulk train, gamma radiation style, we did get some unconfirmed, more rumor stuff going on. We talked about this a few weeks ago. We've heard some rumors and some rumblings that they were going to be recasting for Thunderbolt Ross. And Harrison Ford was a name that was kind of being brought up and brought around. And I'm only bringing this up because I wasn't going to talk about it, but we did see on the John Campea show that they did run the story on it. I guess a lot of trades starting to pick it up, so it is seeming to be more confirmed. But like I said, none of the actual trades have reported on this. Marvel has not necessarily reported on this, but it does seem like there has been a deal that has been reached with Harrison Ford as General Thunderbolt Ross. And I know we already talked about what we thought about General Thunderbolt Ross and Harrison Ford already being casted. We already gave our thoughts on that. What I kind of wanted to bring up about this is how important do we think General Thunderbolt Ross is going to be in the MCU since they had to go out and recast, right? Because obviously, I don't think that they would have recast it for one movie. So this makes me start to believe that maybe we're going to see Harrison Ford do a few different projects, which surprises me. Because he's just the old cranky white guy, you know, old Mr. Ford, old cranky, get off my, Clint Eastwood style, But BC, there were these reports going around that says that it does seem like that Harrison Ford is going to be our General Thunderbolt Ross. Do you think that this is going to be just for one movie, or do you think this is going to be kind of a multiple kind of thing? Are we going to see General Thunderbolt Ross have a play in Avengers Secret Wars? Like, what's going on?
While you're right, I haven't seen it on Deadline or Variety. Collider reported that it's official, and they're one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yahoo has it as a Harrison Ford reportedly joins.
Yeah.
IGN also reportedly joins. So I think it's pretty much a done deal. And
Where
as
there's
far
smoke,
as
there's fire with this one, right? It's kind of one of
yes,
those where
yes,
there's smoke. There's a lot of smoke right now.
yes. As far as multiple movies, I don't think we're going to see multiple. I highly
Not at
doubt
all.
they said they got Harrison Ford for multiple movies. Although it is possible because, like you said, if you're recasting him with Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
there's a reason. All right, this isn't, Thunderbolt Ross is not somebody you have to have. Okay, Thunderbolt Ross is not a really important character unless you have actual plans for him.
Mhm.
And the only actual plans that make that real is Red Hulk. Because if you're not doing Red Hulk, you get anybody that's old and white to play him. Any old white dude will be just fine.
Yeah.
But if you're doing something important with Red Hulk in Thunderbolts, Harrison Ford is your selling point. That's a big selling point.
That's a big name. That's a big
also
name, man.
I don't, see, because I don't feel that Harrison Ford is one of, and if we're gonna see him in multiple projects, I think it's gonna be how we saw General Ross in past.
Yeah.
Like I think he will be a main character in Thunderbolts and maybe Red Hulk. And then maybe we might see him in little cameos here and there, other places that he can film, and he doesn't have to change clothes and he can just fly his own plane.
I don't think he's going to be. I don't think they're going to put him in a mocap suit. They'll probably do what they did with like Rocket Raccoon was James Gunn's Sean Gunn's James Gunn's brother Sean Gunn, who actually was the mocap guy for Rocket. So they don't necessarily need to put Harrison Ford in the green getup. That's not what they need to do with him. I can definitely just see him putting on a military uniform, which he's done his whole career.
Countless times.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, I think he goes to sleep in one of these things. But
actually, no. I feel he's going to show up in just jeans and a t-shirt and be like, no, this is my uniform. This is what I'm wearing. Mr. Ford, we need you to put on a military. No, I'm gonna wear this. Okay, fine. That'll be okay. We need you on set at 8 a.m. I'm not gonna be there till 10. What?
Yeah.
I'll be there at 10. Okay, we'll have a limo pick you. No, I'm gonna fly myself. Mr. Ford, you live down the street. I don't care. I'm gonna take off and I'll land on the street.
When was the last time? When was the last time we saw Thunderbolt Ross in the MC? When was the last time we saw Thunderbolt Ross? Was that when he brought the Sokovia Courts?
Yes. Well, no, he was in Endgame talking to Rhodey when Cap and them all showed up at Avenger Compound. And he was like, hey, Rhodey, arrest them. He's like, you got it. Zoop.
That's what it was. Okay, so now the Sokovia Courts got repealed. Curious to see where they're going to go with it. Lila, you hear this news? We got Harrison Ford in the MCU. This follows the trend of them getting Sir Anthony Hopkins, Sir Ben Kingsley. As far as these like notable actors of like high prestige, how do we feel about Harrison Ford joining the MCU? The Han Solo switched gears from Star Wars to Marvel.
I think he's going to be in it for like a movie. And then he's going to do cameos. I don't think he's going to be like in multiple films as the main role. He's Harrison Ford, and he's 80 years old. He's an old man, an old cranky white man. I don't think he's going to be there for long. just like in what was the Force Awakens? Was that the one where Han Solo died? That's what I think. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think is going to happen here. That's exactly what I think is about to happen here.
You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah, it was awful.
You just had to bring that up.
And I like oddly blame Harrison Ford for it.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, BC.
I was gonna say,
no, right? It's just
she just so calmly brought that shit up.
Like,
it was awful in theaters.
Anything when they killed Han Solo,
he wanted Han Solo to die for a long time.
Oh,
yes,
dude,
that's why
he didn't want him to wake up in Return of the Jedi. He wanted them to unfreeze him and him just be dead.
He was like, I'm not.
That's what his plan was.
So over
He's
the
like,
role.
can you just use another body, somebody else, have him wake me up, and I'm just dead.
And he wasn't even old yet. He was like young. He was just a cranky white man. Like
they're gonna probably just have Harrison Ford's gonna
I
probably
didn't
shoot
kill my wife.
They're gonna just have him drive his airplane.
When he hulks,
All
if
his
he
scenes
does,
are in the airplane.
All his scenes
I
are in his
swear-
airplane.
Get off my plane.
He's a real
Get
pilot.
off my plane.
Remember when he crashed his plane like 3 years ago?
Why do you think I keep saying he's gonna fly his own plane everywhere?
Yeah.
Because they wanted him to go to Star Wars Celebration. He's like, all right, I'm gonna fly myself there. What? Harrison, no. Yeah, I'll be there.
He crashed his plane in a park.
And not only that, he landed on a golf course once. He landed
This
in the middle of
menace
a
to society.
street once.
He parks that shit where he wants to. Sir, you can't park it here. Bitch, I'm here. I'm Han Solo.
I'm Harrison Ford. Get off my plane. I didn't kill my wife. That's
I'm
all I
Indiana
want. Is I
Jones.
want him to Hulk out, and instead of saying Red Hulk smash, I want him to go, I didn't kill my wife.
He just knocked someone over.
Do you think?
And then Tommy Lee Jones just shows up. I don't care.
Yes.
That's funny. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's great to see Harrison Ford's old cranky ass. He's a delight no matter what he's doing. I mean, I guess he only has to walk across a lot. I guess he's still shooting Indiana Jones, so he's just walking across a lot to shoot his Thunderbolt scenes. Yeah. He's going to probably still have his whip in hand and leather jacket on.
His hat on
This
too.
is completely random.
Dun,
This is
dun,
completely
dun,
random,
dun, dun, dun.
but I don't care. So have you ever seen
care.
Taken 3?
I love it. What?
Have you seen Taken 3?
I have.
No.
Lila, no.
No, I'm sorry.
So
I watch everything. I watch everything.
You know the cop that's chasing I think he's played by Bill Duke. I'm not positive. I might be wrong there. But the cop that's chasing Liam Neeson in Taken 3, he's got the little car that he's always flipping. I always thought instead of that should have been Tommy Lee Jones, and he should have been playing his character from The Fugitive and U.S. Marshals, and it should have been a Taken U.S. Marshals crossover. And it should have been Henry Jacquard going after his man again. Now his man is Liam Neeson. Like, how cool would that have been?
That would have been dope. And now you got to be thinking about the Expendables, because didn't Harrison Ford show up at Expendables 3?
Yep.
In his plane.
In his plane.
He showed up.
Plane.
He showed up at the end of the damn plane.
In that damn plane.
He loves that plane, bro. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get this man Red Hulk. We gotta see Red Hulk. Like, why not? Why not?
Speaking of Liam Neeson, did you see the Naked Gun news?
No, I missed it.
They're gonna reboot Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
Damn. How old is he at this point?
I'm uninterested. That's my first thought. I'm uninterested. Tell me why.
You know what? The fact that you're bringing in Liam Neeson for it, makes me interested.
I'm kind of over Liam Neeson action star.
Me too.
Do you know what the Naked Gun is?
I thought it was like the dude goes around.
The Naked Gun is like classic original parody film. It's like Airplane.
Oh, okay. Then
the Naked Gun was Leslie Nelson.
I can't.
Lando and I just being toxic.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't pull it.
My God. And the dude from Lonely Island's going to direct it.
Oh, okay. Which one? Andy?
Not Sandberg. The other dude.
Sasha.
Yeah.
Sasha. Okay. He's a good director.
Yeah. And
he's a good director.
Naked Guns were the original parody movies where they were actually like,
I'm cool.
They were all playing straight mans, and they weren't stupid like date movie or epic movie.
Will he have a character kind of like how he played in 1,000 Ways to Die in the West?
Yes. Yeah, he's a straight man.
Then I'm on board. Now I'm on board. Yeah,
yes, he's the straight man in it, and it's like, and you know, I heard people talking about it, and they kept bringing up A Million Ways to Die in the West, and while not a good movie, Liam Neeson was really good.
He was really good in that
because he was playing it as the straight man. I always go to that scene, and I think it's Ted 2, where he's like, "I've got to ask you some questions.
Oh, I love Ted.
About these tricks. Now they say they're for kids. Can I take them?" Ted's just, yeah. No one's going to come after me if I take these tricks.
He's very funny.
Sir.
He's very
So you're
funny.
saying that me, as an adult, I can have these? Yeah. He goes, okay. Puts him in his jacket. He goes, I'll never forget what you've done here for me. And then at the end of the movie, comes back all beat up and destroyed, and he's like, and just throws down a crumpled box and just stares at Ted like.
Speaking of tricks, have another stab at your cereal there. Let's see how soggy they're getting.
Oh, they're not there. Look, I have more and milk.
No, you're not repouring. I want you to eat another from the same bowl.
If you don't know this,
eat another from the same bowl.
We are eating.
Eat from the same bowl. Same bowl. I'm putting you on the spot from the same bowl right now. That's not how it.
Oatmeal.
And Lila, just right there, you now see the difference in intellect between an Eagles fan and a Cowboys fan.
I just saw it in live action.
Just now.
Ew.
You can see how stupid Cowboys fans are.
We do it for the bit. We do whatever we have to
do. I will admire the dedication.
So switching gears a little bit, there has been long rumors, and this is mainly due to new rock stars. Eric Voss
rock
over
stars.
at New Rock.
We're talking rock stars. We could talk some rock stars.
The new rock stars, Eric Voss and them over there. Which, by the way, great channel. I look at them every single week. If you guys aren't watching,
those aren't the rock stars I was thinking of.
Well, you know, our buddy Coy has been on there several times. He's been on there several times.
Actually, so you know what's funny? When they were doing the draft for the Schmodown, Coy drafted 8 people or 7, and then just stopped. Didn't draft 8, 9, and 10. Because he had positions that were going to be filled, but he's like, all right, I'm done drafting. And I tweeted out, I was like, seriously, you're taking nobody over me? You'd rather have a short squad?
First of all, you got picked up by the greatest.
I did, but come on, that was hilarious for me to go. You'd rather have
Lila
nobody?
has no idea what we're talking about.
And then Coy called me right after. He's like, I'm so sorry. Look, those spots are going to Kevin Smith and Chris Jericho. And there was like one other that I'm like, I don't care. You literally just said you're done drafting on social media. You told everyone that nobody is better than me, Coy.
That's funny. Actually, you know what? During that draft, I texted Gucci during that draft because we were texting, and I told him to draft BC. Yeah. I did, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do it." So there you go.
From what I'm told, after I got drafted, everyone's like, "It's like I called Gucci. I told him to text you. He said he was always going to."
Yeah. No. So one of the longer rumors has been out there. One of the rumors has been out there for a while. That just never seems to happen. At this point, this is the Marvel trolling the fans. If we're talking about Marvel trolling the fans like they've been doing in She-Hulk, this is the ultimate troll. And this is in reference to Mephisto. Mephisto has been just gagged and trolled. And where is he at? When's he showing up? He's been he's just been out there. Well, yesterday I was trying to figure out the show notes. And I went on Twitter and I was like, okay, what has been trending? Because obviously we want to talk about the trending stuff, right? We don't want to talk about things that's not popular. We want to talk about the stuff that people want to listen to. And Mephisto was absolutely trending. And it was trending for a weird thing. They're saying that Mephisto is going to be popping up in Ironheart. The Ironheart show.
I was saying.
So weird. They relayed the synopsis, I guess, of Ironheart. It's about the difference. It's about Ironheart and the whole battle between IT and magic. Like the sorcerers and the Iron Man stuff. Okay. And I guess that they're bringing in like the Hood, who's going to be supposedly working with Mephisto. Well, anyway, not only was Mephisto trending yesterday, but the rumor mill went nuts with who they actually already casted to play Mephisto. And BC, before you go look, because I know you're out there spamming the internet right now trying to find out who they're looking at, give me your best bet, Mr. Rewind Recast. Who would you pick if you were going to be casting a Mephisto devil-type character? Who would you pick?
Just
pick anyone out
rough. There. Well, it's rough because...
Here he goes. He just give me a name.
No, I don't know Mephisto. It's not a character that I know.
Okay. Well...
So I don't know...
I don't know
Timothy
Chalamet.
Cast.
Timothy Chalamet. That would be a good pick.
Really?
I think like a
Oh
Tom.
wow!
No, I don't think it would be a good pick. I just wanted to make you feel better.
Thank you.
I was going to
just threw
say
him out
like
there.
a Tom Ellis, like a Lucifer type, right? He would be dope.
Okay.
Okay.
So
First of all,
is that the type
there's
of
no
character?
Tom.
Is Mephisto basically Marvel's version of Lucifer? Because Lucifer's DC. So is Mephisto basically Marvel's?
This is
Yeah,
Mephisto.
look at him.
This is
But
essentially
red?
he's the devil. He is the devil in Marvel. And if you guys don't know who Mephisto is, there's been a lot with Mephisto in the comic books. Like whenever Spider-Man in the comics had his identity revealed, he was married with Mary Jane. He actually makes a deal with the devil. Mephisto wipes everyone's memory away. The same storyline as Multiverse of Madness. He wipes everyone's memory away. And in doing so, though, the negative that affected him, because remember, never make a deal with the devil, you never get what you actually want. His Mary Jane forgets who he is, and his marriage is null and void, and he loses Mary Jane. That was one of the things.
Okay.
Also,
Mephisto
Daredevil ties into Mephisto ties into Ghost Rider, where that's who Ghost Rider signs his soul away to Mephisto, and then he becomes the angel, the Ghost Rider, flame on with the
Okay,
skull.
so if I look at the original Mephisto in Johnny Cage's Ghost Rider, I'd want to go something like that with gravitas like that. So I would go someone like who played Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean, Ian McShane.
Ian McShane would be a good pick. I like that.
I think that would be that's where I would go.
Now, that's a good pick, BC. It's a lot better of a pick than Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, he should be in every movie. I don't know. I will go.
The rumor mill has gone wild because Sacha Baron Cohen is supposedly rumored to be casted as our Mephisto in the MCU, making his debut in Ironheart. I'm not lying. Sacha Baron Cohen. And this shit was, like I said, this was trending, bro. Sacha Baron Cohen, and I'm gonna tell you something. I like this pick. I like this pick. I like this pick.
Like that.
Sacha Baron Cohen is a talent. He is a talent for that ass, bro. And especially if you're gonna make someone like a, now that you get like a Sacha Baron Cohen, you can make an asshole devil.
Mm-hmm.
You can turn Mephisto into a dick real quick. I mean, there's nobody better on this planet that knows how to play that sarcastic, in your face, I'll say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I'm making deals all day. Sacha Baron Cohen would crush it. He would crush it. So BC, you hear this?
You know, when you think Sacha Baron Cohen, you think Borat, right? Like that's obviously where you immediately go.
I went Talladega Nights, but go ahead.
That too, that too. But we forget Sweeney Todd. Yeah. We forget Hugo. We forget Les Miserables. We forget The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, yeah.
He is an incredible actor. He is an actor, whether you may not realize it, but he's actually very talented. He does do a lot of that spoof comedy, or not spoof comedy, but that prank kind of comedy, like Borat and Ali G and Bruno and what else? He had another one, didn't he?
The one with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah,
the Zohan.
But yeah,
you don't mess with the Zohan.
Yeah. So
that was
he does a lot of those. But also, like, remember,
bad movie.
He was gonna be Freddie Mercury.
He was. He would
have been a good Freddie Mercury.
He would have been great.
Yeah, and then he had created, and the problem was he wanted to go a lot more in depth to Freddie than they wanted to in the movie, which is why he stepped away, because he didn't get to go as in depth as he wanted to. So you think about that, and you're like, I'm on board. I think this could be really good.
And we only bring this up because Mephisto, just like how Wolverine has been teased several times. If I'm not mistaken, She-Hulk teased Wolverine like 3 times in the show.
Well, yeah.
The Iron Man, like the guy with the claws, and then
and then the X-Men line at the end.
The X-Men line at the end. Mephisto's been teased in Loki. Mephisto's been teased in WandaVision. Mephisto's been teased for a lot of these past few shows. And if Kevin Feige is correct in what he's saying, that all these movies and shows are leading up, and it's all going to tie together, I'm not surprised that we're going to end up getting a Mephisto And actually, if we're going to get a Mephisto, and I don't think it's going to be a big character in Ironheart, but I can see Mephisto helping out with the Hood. They have connections in that way. This is curious, man. So Lila, you hear about Sasha being the Daredevil. What do you think? Is he hot enough for this role?
Yeah, he was really handsome. I didn't like that picture you used because he had like a mustache ring on. That's why I like cracked up. So I was like, that's really funny of him to have on there. But
that was the one from the Twitter stuff.
He looks like he could be a hotter version of Lucifer. It's my beef with Lucifer. I didn't find
I need you.
Yeah, she has a lot of Tom Ellis hate right now.
Because Tom Ellis is a good-looking dude.
Detective.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm gonna switch teams for him, but he a good-looking dude.
I love Tom Ellis as Lucifer. I love that show.
I was gonna say he's a good Lucifer. Just thought he was mid.
Detective.
He's
Detective. He was great. He wasn't mid at all. You know what?
No,
what do you like to watch? What I'm gonna see if it's mid. What do you like to watch? Huh?
I like to watch House of the Dragon.
Mid.
That's all I've been watching.
House of Dragon.
Matt Smith as Damon is not mid. I was talking about his physical appearance. I'm sorry, Tom Ellis. I'm a little shallow. But
I will say this: the newest episode of House of the Dragon, the newest pilot of House of Dragon, was a good pilot. I would have watched this show. This would have been a good one to watch.
I did like this episode of House of the Dragon.
If they were going to make a show, if they were going to make a show about, if they were going to continue on this pilot, I thought this would have been a really good show to watch. We'll have to see what tonight's pilot is.
I think.
Well, actually, there's no more time jumps. That's it. That's it for time jumps.
The time jumps are finally over.
They said the time jumps are over.
So this is the so we did finally get a show.
This is the
show.
This is
the show we're going to watch. Okay, good. So we're 7 episodes in, and we finally have a show to watch. Okay, cool.
We only have 2 episodes left.
Awesome, great.
And
don't get me wrong, I'm watching it every week, and I'm enjoying it. But it just feels like a totally new show every single week.
Man. Okay, so we were talking a little bit beforehand. Lila, let's switch gears and just talk about this House of the Dragon. Let's give our quick review. We only got about 12 minutes left of the show. Okay, House of the Dragon. Before the show, you said that this was the worst episode of all time.
We still have one more very important topic, FYI, too.
Okay, let me get this off my chest. I thought this
it's probably a Jersey Shore. It's probably a Jersey Shore announcement. But yes, go ahead.
No, but this episode was very overhyped. The critics always do that. They're always like, this episode was it. This was the moment. Yeah. And I was waiting for the moment. Like, I was like, this is the moment. And then the moment was Viserys dying. And I was like, okay, like I saw that coming 4 fucking episodes ago. And I just sat here and watched basically nothing occur except that old man dying and a miscommunication that's now going to end a bloodline for the entirety of the rest of the Game of Thrones series. All because you can't think of a better name than Aegon. That pissed me off too. Why do we have 20 fucking Aegons? Mm-hmm. There's too many Aegons. I also don't like Aegon's wig. He's a handsome man now that I looked at him longer, but his wig is very, very... The wigs have been bad. Yeah. The wigs need work.
Yeah, they're getting the same wigs from the Tyler Perry Studios backlot.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I don't mean to mansplain to you, Lila. But there hasn't been 5 episodes. There's been 5 different pilots. So I just want to.
Yeah. I liked. I also liked. This is the episode that kind of ingrained it for me. I liked Millie. I liked Millie Alcock. I can't remember. I liked her Rhaenyra better.
Really?
You like her Ray better?
I like her Ray better. She had a lot more chemistry with Damon.
This is Rhaenyra.
Yeah, this ain't Ray.
Oh,
this is
no.
facts.
Yeah,
this is facts.
I was going to say this is Rhaenyra, and I want Ray back because Ray had a lot of chemistry with Damon, and now I'm like, why are you two married? What was all this What was all this?
Ray had chemistry. She had spunk. She felt like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. And I'm sorry. So, BC, you watched the episode. You said that this was actually the pilot that you actually enjoyed.
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah, tell us a little about that. So, what do you think about
this? To me, this was Game of Thrones. This was the most Game of Thrones-y of Thrones episode that we've had, and I really enjoyed it because I do. This is one of those shows that I actually like to go very slow and really just listen to the dialogue. So that dinner scene, having all that going on there, I thought was absolutely incredible to watch. And I thought it was so entertaining. And I was sucked in to every single moment that everybody was saying. And so that's why, going forward, I'm like, oh, this feels like a Game of Thrones show. This feels like the very first episode that had me so hyped. This feels like Game of Thrones now. And so I'm a little more excited for tonight's episode because last week felt so much more like what I enjoyed finally. So I'm back on board in hype mode rather than I'm ready to watch another episode, Yeah. So I'm excited for tonight.
So this episode helped turn it around for you a little bit. And now also that you know that this is the team. This is the team. This is the Aegon we're going to be getting. This is the Aemon that we're going to be getting. This is the Rhaenyra that we have now. Now and I felt the same way.
I do just love how Sir Chris, how everyone. I saw this great TikTok. It's like, okay, what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna age up the actresses. We're gonna completely change them. Okay, what about Daemon? We'll cut his hair every now and then we'll have him put a wig back on. That'll show that he aged. All right, what about Viserys? Make him every single episode one step closer to the grave. Like, by the end of this dude need to look like, how are you still alive? And it's okay. What about Sir Christian? I forgot he was in the show.
Don't touch him.
I guess we can't age him up at all because we forgot about him. He'll just look the same.
He just looks the same.
As he should. That's why he's so forgivable sometimes, because he looks like that.
Forgivable? Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
so
I can kind of look past him.
Nope, I can't. So anyway, I like this episode a lot. I really thought this episode was really, really good. Like I said, I'm a big dialogue person. If you can make the dialogue hit for me, I'm into the show. Anytime that it's just captivating dialogue, you got to be pulled in. You're moving the story forward with some great dialogue, intense dialogue. Because to me, that's what Game of Thrones is. I know everybody wants a lot of the random deaths and a lot of the fight scenes and stuff. But if I remember correctly, there's not that many big battles in Game of Thrones. There's a few.
No.
There's like maybe one a season.
There's one a season, right? But a lot of it is the back and forth going on between the political House of Cards stuff that they got built up. And I really, really felt that in this one. I will also say that Daemon continues to just steal the show for me.
Yes.
Daemon just continues to steal the show. Mr. Clapback himself, Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out himself. My man, and dog, I don't like to see black dudes getting killed off like this, but I wanted my dude to get got. And that's what happened. My man came into the room on they are some bastards, and she is a whore. And my man Daemon was like, "Yo, I ain't with this. I ain't with the shits."
That scene was hilarious.
Patty Considine. Is that how you say Patty Considine? I want to take a moment to say, yo, get the man's Emmy polished up. Get the man's Emmy polished up because his Viserys in this episode, I've been talking all the shit about Viserys this season. All the shit. I'm like, he weak, he sucks, he deserves to die. But this episode, bruh, he finally was a king. He showed up in the clutch for Rhaenyra, and he put a squash on all this Alicent stuff. Well, he thought he did. But he did his thing in this one. The dinner table was tough. Aemond came with the shits. Was on some AO. Shout out to the nephews. Bruh. Y'all some smart, healthy, articulate, handsome, strong motherfuckers. And I was like, dog, why you being petty, bruh? Why are you petty, man? Petty Wop for real. Came off on the petty mode. Yo. And then the Daemon Aemon stare. By the way, bro, we got to do these names.
Bitch, I've been saying that. They need to think of more names. Fam. They have not thought of more names since fucking Aegon the Conqueror, which was the first Aegon, basically. They've never thought of a new name. They're just like, okay, now we'll just add us.
I can't even be mad. I can't even talk shit because I'm the second myself, and I already know if I end up having a boy, it's LP3. So it is what it is. It is what it is in that regard. But, dog, it's like, if you're going to give... And Viserys out here spilling all the beans. They got him on lean the whole episode.
Yeah.
Damon smelling the cup. He's like, oh, so we just putting cough syrup and
We're
Sprite
just
in
drugging
here.
him. We're just
Okay.
drugging the poor guy.
Just got cough syrup and Sprite. That's what we doing to my mans.
Give him some lean, just slow it
He's
down a
on
little
the
bit. You know what I'm
lean
saying?
tip. Dog, I'm like, yo, give it. I'm here for it. I'm still missing the audience character. I'm still missing the audience character.
Yeah.
But I believe this episode was a very strong episode. The lines are divided. I'm very excited going into tonight's episode. And this might be the first, but I'll have to watch it after I see my Eagles put that ass whooping down on Dallas Cowgirls. Normally I cut Sunday Night Football off midway through to go catch up on House of Dragon, but I'm gonna have to watch the whole one this time. But I like this episode.
In other words, what he's actually gonna do is cut it off midway through because he's gonna realize they're getting ass kicked and go watch House of Dragons.
See, Lala, I can't wait for next week. I can't wait for next week.
It's exciting. It's exciting. It's happening.
So that was all we got. So that was my
No, that is not all we got. We have the biggest.
That's all I got. I was
going
to say, BC, what do we got? What happened?
I was going to say, BC has something.
Blink 182 is back.
Who is Blink 182?
What the
fuck?
Mean Blink? Who is Blink 182?
Yeah, what's up?
It's like, where are you?
Small thing. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
I am so. Not only is Blink 182 back, the original three, bro. All three back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of their DJs was in Iron Man.
Oh, I know him.
Goldstein. Adam Goldstein.
What's
DJ
his DJ
AM.
name? I thought it was DJ. That
DJ
was an
AM.
Alchemist.
Travis
DJ
Barker
AM.
was in-
DJ AM. I thought he passed away.
Yeah.
Travis Barker?
No, well,
You know
DJ
Travis Barker?
AM's. Huh? No,
Travis
Travis
Barker's
Barker's the one that jumped out of a plane and survived, and is also one of the
I
greatest
thought
drummers of all time.
I could have sworn
But then-
DJ
yeah.
AM passed away.
Well, no, DJ AM's not back with Blink 182 because I think he did pass away.
Yeah.
But the original DJ AM was the second person to join Blink 182. But
I do know about DJ
Tom
AM because he went on
DeLonge.
tour with Eminem. He went on tour with Eminem.
Tom DeLonge is back, and he was one of the original members.
Oh, yeah.
And he was he left Blink 182 and started talking to aliens and UFOs and all this other stuff. And then Tom and so now he's back and they're going on tour and it's the greatest thing ever. However, the nosebleeds are like $400.
Is that for that festival?
No,
They're
no,
coming back
that's
for
for
that festival,
that's for just them on concert.
Wow.
Really?
They're that big.
That's
huh?
how big this
They're-
is.
Wow, that's big.
Lando, they were culturally changed. They
Oh,
culturally
God.
changed the emo scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I listened to NWA.
I see. I listen to just about everything. So
I grew up in Southeast DC, bro. We weren't blasting 182 in Southeast.
it was Blink was punk rock, and they were the beginning of the new age of punk rock emo, like them and Good Charlotte.
I know Green Day.
And, Green Day.
Green Day
I
is
know
in the
Green
same
Day.
league.
And then like later on TikTok, I saw Yellow Card was back together too. I was like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
A lot of them are getting back for this festival that's happening.
I'm glad
The one
to
in
hear you guys are
Vegas?
excited.
Yeah.
Yes, the one in Vegas.
Dude,
I know
I want to get my friend got tickets to it, and she said she paid
Really?
$2,000. Yeah, she paid $2,000, but she got hotel stay from Thursday to Sunday, open bar, tickets to the 2 tickets to the concert, and then brunch on Sunday.
Oh, that's a good deal.
And I was like, oh
a good
shit,
deal.
that
Ain't
is
bad.
fantastic
Yeah,
for
no.
Vegas. That's
for
incredible.
4. You said for 4 days.
Thursday to Sunday.
For 4 days, hotel
So
stay,
3
brunch,
nights, 4
tickets. Yeah,
days,
that's
brunch.
good.
And there's a
open
shit ton
bar.
of artists at that festival.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, there are so many people there.
That'll be dope. That'll be
There's
dope.
a shit ton of artists at that festival.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Like,
I'm just not aware of their music. It wasn't like one of the things. I know the what's the other one when the Transformers band. I don't know what they're called.
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
Linkin
they're
Park.
also. See, I
love
know
that you
about
said the
Lincoln Park.
Transformers band.
I know Lincoln Park because they did that collaboration with Jay-Z.
With Jay-Z.
went hard.
Yeah, I don't think
Collision
when
Course.
they do that.
Collision
I don't
Course.
think Blink ever did any hip hop.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a hip hop head. That's just all it is. That's why y'all like me
Definitely.
crazy. I'm just a hip hop head.
I wish more like emo bands did like crossovers with like hip hop.
Yeah.
Those always
Oh my
go
God, yeah.
stupid. every track that Jay-Z has been on,
There's
like
one
an
with
emo,
2 Chainz and Fallout Boy.
crazy.
I think.
It goes stupid. Fall Out Boy goes stupid.
I know about Fallout Boy. See, I don't know about Blink-182. I don't think they're as good as y'all think they are, man.
I don't know how you.
They ain't making it to the streets, bro. They ain't out in the
Yeah,
streets.
they should have. Like, they really should have.
Blink was in the streets.
Nah,
Wait,
not.
Okay,
Later,
I
I have a
was
question.
I was at the Longhorn game 3 week or the UTSA game when it was UT versus UTSA. The karaoke, the stadium karaoke song they did was All the Small Things.
I know, it went crazy.
Oh, right.
And
UT,
and the
University of
entire
Texas.
stadium.
University of Texas. You say
Yes,
UT, University of Texas?
Yes.
Oh.
And the entire stadium was. I was like, oh wow.
That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Later, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you know who Paramore is?
No.
Damn, that's
Who's that?
crazy. It's also another emo band, but they were like big. They've done crossovers with like, or they tried to. They were gonna do a crossover with.
Did they do one with B.O.B.?
Yes, she
Yeah.
did. Haley Williams
she
did
did.
one with B.O.B. She did Airplanes.
Airplanes.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
Yeah, I know
Eminem
that
too,
one.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so I do know that one.
Also, I've got to say, and this is again off topic, but I have got to get better at this, or we as a whole have to get better at this. In the chat, we had Eddie Haskell,
shit.
up in there. He said good morning to all 3 of us. Hope we had a great show. Sean Harvey in the chat said the more time before Secret Wars, the better. No need to rush that. So back
That's
when we
true.
were talking about
Definitely.
Secret Wars, I completely agree. And Haskell also corrected us. The last time we saw General Ross, not timeline order, but the last time we actually saw him was in Black Widow. He was in Black Widow.
Oh!
Yes,
Oh,
not
he was in Black Widow.
He was.
Chronologically, the last time we saw him was Endgame.
Was
the last
Endgame,
time we
but the last time we
actually
actually saw him was over there.
was that.
Okay,
And
thank
then-
you, Ed. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as well, I got a message on Instagram.
Oh,
Hold on, let me get back to it so I can.
We might just have to have someone dedicate to the chat. We might have to start doing that later to start because with my setup, I can't pull up the chat. So
I
can't see
normally
it.
remember
I
to
can't see it.
pull it up, but I forget to pull it up and look at it. And then I posted the hey, we're live on my Instagram. And once again, Sean replied going, yo, production is on point. Best the show has ever looked and sounded. So that's one that I wanted to, make sure you guys heard and you enjoyed that. Sean is a great. He's a great listener. He's a good friend, and he is very supportive of everything we do. So thank you, Sean. Thank you, Haskell 420. Gotta love me some Haskell 420 as well, man. That's
Haskell's
my dude. Ed, I am trying my best.
You really want to talk about
New
devoted
York.
fans? If you really talk about like just really good, not even fans, because he's not even a fan at this point. Haskell's a friend. Haskell's a friend, but he always supports. Literally in our community, Lila, and I wish you could have been a part of like the Schmodown community when it was really going on. The Schmodown did just have their last show 2 weeks ago, I believe. The community that they built over there is so awesome, and not to say anyone's better than the other, nothing like that. And I just know Ed Haskell is one of those guys.
It's Ed Harrell, but his tag is Haskell 420, and I always call it Haskell because I always think Eddie Haskell from.
Yeah, man. Awesome. And I'm just glad that they were to join in on us. That's great. But I think what we have to start doing is probably have one of us into the chat, talking with the chat. We'll probably start doing that next week. I just can't pull it up with mine because I already got too many things up. I literally cannot pull up the YouTube chat. So
I do try to remember. I normally pull it up, but I forget to go look at it. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
We'll get better at it, man. This is only episode 11.
Yeah.
We will get way better by episode 20.
Wink, wink on episode 11. But no, I think that. I think that's about it. Right? Do we have anything else we want to talk about? I think that's it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of football to watch today.
Jersey Shore had its season finale.
Jersey Shore.
It was this has to be one of the best seasons they've ever.
What are we watching this week? What are we watching? Jersey Shore.
I'm on the Black Adam a-thon.
You are.
I'm on the Black. I officially, because last night I was like, okay, I can watch Hocus Pocus 2 because I haven't watched it yet.
Black Adam's in that.
Or I can watch Halloween Ends. Okay, those are 2 movies that I need to watch. I haven't watched either yet.
Did anyone
Which
watch
one should
Halloween?
I watch? and my choice
didn't.
was to watch Wonder Woman and start my Black Adam.
No, I gotta go back and watch it.
It's nothing to do with Hocus Pocus. I do really want to watch Hocus Pocus, but I haven't watched the original since I was a kid, so I want to rewatch both, and I haven't had time to watch them both. And as far as Halloween Ends goes, I thought Halloween was trash, and then I thought Halloween Kills was one of the worst things ever made. So I was like, I don't know if I want to watch Halloween Ends, and I think I might get to it eventually. But
I all I've heard is that this is not good. I haven't watched it yet, but I can see why they want to wrap, which sucks because, it's Laurie's story, man. I want to see close out on a high note.
Never was gonna happen.
No, I mean I need to watch that. I got my Black Adam tickets for Thursday. Oh, that reminds me. Thursday we're going to be doing an after show, right? Are we doing it Thursday? Okay.
Yeah. When are you seeing it?
Thursday at 7:30 my time. So it'll be probably around 10:30 Eastern that we do it.
So about 9:30 at night.
9:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go live, or are we gonna record and upload?
Let's just record it.
Okay. So then we shouldn't be having this conversation on air. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I was about to say,
that's my fault, guys.
Yeah. No, I brought it up.
That's production meeting stuff.
I brought it up. It's cool. But no, we're going to be doing that this week. I'm super excited to see Black Adam. I got to do my Man of Steel DCEU rewatch. I'm going to do that real quick for hopefully the good stuff to come this week. Hopefully I am just getting super excited. Super.
That's all I'm focused on this week.
No pun intended. I am super excited. Say less, girl. No, but guys, make sure you guys go check out that rewind recast that BC just dropped of Dracula. That was really dope. Lila did her thing on that again. BC did his thing on that again. And then go check out the trailer, the trailer reaction that I just did to the House Party. Oh, the House Party trailer drop. We forgot to talk about House Party.
I haven't watched it yet, so
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had a few bust out laughing moments on that trailer.
I'm iffy because House Party is such a classic. I'm like, okay,
it is.
But I'm hearing people are liking the trailer, so I'm like, okay,
the trailer's good because I went and I rewatched the trailer to the original House Party before I watched the new trailer to the new one. I laughed, man. Okay. And Lila saw it. I laughed a few times. I had a few few hearty ones. Mainly when the mom says the thing about Jesus, I died.
All right, I'm gonna have to check the trailer out then. I was worried, but on your recommendation, I'm gonna check it out.
They have a good twist on it. I'll just be curious to know how you felt about only the trailer. I can't tell you the movie's gonna be good. The movie might be bad.
I might record a little a short reaction and let Lila upload it to the shorts.
But definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be because I thought this was going to be like DC Young Fly. I thought that was what we were going to. DC Young Fly is not even in the trailer.
Okay.
It's got two no-name guys in it, but they do bring.
Jacob Lattimore's known.
Jacob Lattimore is definitely known.
Is that Jacob Lattimore?
Jacob Lattimore's in that movie. Yeah.
I didn't even peep that.
I was going to say he's in there.
I didn't even peep that. Yeah. But then they got a lot of cameos, like the Snoop cameo, a lot of cameos. I'm not going to spoil it because
I did see the LeBron
cameo. Well, he's producing it. He's producing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's under his company.
It's under his company.
That worries me. But okay,
a little bit.
Yeah, there is that because Space Jam 2, but it is what it is. Before we end, I wanted to say, man, before last week I was kind of going through some stuff, and I was like, man, I need to watch some Kobe Bryant. And I watched Kobe Bryant's Dear Basketball.
Oh.
His Dear Basketball clip. And then I went and I rewatched how he won his Oscar. Bro, I forgot that Kobe Bryant won an Oscar.
Yeah.
I forgot he won an Oscar, bro.
Michael
Jordan, he got more Oscars than Michael Jordan, Shaq, and LeBron James combined.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Ed says happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I did not know it was your anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
8 years. 8 years with my lovely wife. 3. We've been married for 6, but we've been together for 8. Our
And she ain't throwing you out yet. God, she's an angel. She's an angel.
she appreciates me over here, guys.
I mean, because I've thrown her out of buildings before, so you know.
This is facts. This is facts. Before we get out of here, was there any last thing that we wanted to talk about? I know there was the thing about the game, the game, but I don't think we have time to talk about the game stuff. But that's about it.
Oh, the voice actor.
The voice
I mean, I
actress.
have no idea about any.
Yeah, the voice actress stuff. Yeah, the
If
voice
y'all want to
actress.
talk about it,
It's cool.
It's
I'm ready to
okay.
go watch some football. Ready to get out of here, go watch some football. So,
Okay.
guys, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
I'm about to go to the State Fair of Texas. I'm going to take
Mm-hmm.
my two nieces and go take them down to the State Fair before the game tonight.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm
That'll be
excited.
fun.
It's gonna be
And BC,
fun.
before you go do all that, tell people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on all social media at the Grind Calls, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You know, represent. I'm just saying.
Yeah, y'all might want to call him back. Y'all might need him. Y'all
Oh.
might need Troy. Y'all might need Troy. Well, Ms. Lila, where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at Lilability with 2 Y's on Instagram and TikTok. And you can find me at Lilac Lilas on Twitter. You could also follow the Lando Project on TikTok at the Lando Project. And you can follow us on Facebook at the Lando Project. And you can follow us on Instagram at the Lando Project.official. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that because I never know what the handles are. And
I
you can find me.
Did you see and rewind it?
Yeah, dog. She was like, "Hi, making my rewind recast debut. What's up, guys?"
What's bad is I'm pretty sure I already filmed next week's, and I'm pretty sure I do the same thing where I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know what they
No,
are.
I'm coming back.
Guys, this has been the Lando Project. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember, find us and all the good stuff that Lila BC said. If you guys want to find me, you guys just subscribe. You know,
At the
subscribe.
Lando Project.
Dislike and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I don't care what you do. Hit one of those red buttons. If the button's still red, hit that button. Make a grade out.